This is feeling a little bit stiff, but enough. I'm just going to pause the video because what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to remove the front panel here so that I can more easily access the airbox underneath, because this is quite stiff and I would like to see if I can do anything to just make that a little bit smoother for the customer. Okay, there are two nuts either side, 10mm nuts with washers that just hold this fascia, this cast iron fascia in place. Excuse me, that just hold the cast iron fascia in place. The air control button just screws straight off. Very nice glass plate on this, so we want to be careful. So there's my plate taken off. Okay, so what I've found is that, this with regards to the control, is that without the stand in place, it's actually running quite nice and smooth. So I think possibly the solution is just to make sure that the bottom stand is not restricting the movement of the cast iron element is not restricting the movement of the air control, but that's good. As you can see, there are two lugs. This is a cosmetic feature which makes the stove look very nice. The air knob goes through there. Okay. Now that I can feel. That is what is reducing our. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of grease on that. I'm going to reattach it first of all, and then there's a bit of play there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reattach it and I'm going to adjust these so that we can get it to the point where that's moving nice and smooth for the customer, rather than being a little bit stiff. It might have got moved a little bit in transit when it came over from the UK, so that might be why it's a little not quite as lined up as we might normally like. I can see the guys in England, they tighten these nuts really tight, so that must be because they want to make sure that this thing doesn't move and limit your slider. So let me just show you. Let's just have a look here. So down there, so now that little hole there, we don't want there to be unnecessary friction on the shaft. So I'm going to have to just move this and put it in place into position so that it doesn't create friction on the shaft. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, the front plate is now back on. It's noticeable that there are two nuts that either side. Now those need to be tight because this has a small degree of play on it. So basically, if it's resting against the air control, it's going to be stiffer. Do you get me? So you just need to make sure that it's raised and comfortably seated so that there's minimal friction against the slider knob. I've also put just a little bit of copper grease at the back just to improve that further, but that feels really good now. A lot better than it was. Okay.